has something for everyone. Saturday promises a full day of pool games, and Sunday marks the elimination bracket, where teams will battle it out for glory and culminating in the crowning of champions. If you're looking to partner with Mesa for volunteer and fundraising for your group through the tournament, contact Mesa President Jeremiah Johnson at 207-956-0327.
I'm Greg Glynn, Athlete Brand Advisor and CEO of Pliable. Are you tired of sending out emails to coaches and never hearing back? One key is sending an athlete recruiting video with your email. Here's how you can learn how to get yours. Visit pliablemarketing.com, take a look at all the athlete recruiting video options, see a sample video, plus frequently asked questions. All you have to do is visit pliablemarketing.com. Let's beat your competition and create your athlete recruiting video today.
Welcome back to Thomas College. Rick Dougal and Gage Johnson and Tyler Davis here. The Huhtamaki Packaging Broadcast Center. Outdoors today in the bleachers. Feel like Mike Violet out here. Oh, did I say that out loud? Shouldn't have said that. Media mogul Brian Bork might be mad if I mention his name on the air. Bottom of the fourth, 3-2. Franklin with the lead. Swing and a miss here. Quickly 0-2 to Wilcox. Wilcox had a double and scored back in the second inning. Gordon, curveball. That's hit into the gap again. And they're going to get back, and it's going to one hop all the way to the wall. Wilcox turns second. He's going to go for three. And the throw over is not in time. Wilcox. 2 hits away from the cycle. It was basically in the same spot. I'm surprised the outfielders didn't move over a little bit. So a leadoff triple for Wilcox here in the fourth. And it's going to bring up Zach Coban, the first baseman. He had an RBI single after Wilcox doubled last time. Ball up high. It's the 6th hit of the game for Franklin. They've hit the ball fairly well. Just don't have a lot to show for it. Rifled to the right side and foul out of play. 1-1 the count. Wilcox with a leadoff triple. He's tripled and doubled here. Scored a run last time. Nobody out. Trey Peace, the left fielder, waits on deck. Curveball down and in. 2-1 the count. We're in the fourth inning. The winner of this game is the 3 seed. And they will play the first day of the tournament's August 3rd. They will play at 1 o'clock on August 3rd. Ground ball, right side. They're going to come to the plate to try to get Wilcox, and it throws off line. He scores. Coban looking to go to second. The throw down, a great throw by the catcher, but not in time as Coban. So that's going to be an error on, that's going to be an E5 to score the run. And Coban goes to second. No RBI on that, but it's 4-2. A little insurance here for Franklin. Here's Peace, who walked and then was his little nubber to the mound. Gibson throws to first to get him. So that's the first out of the inning. And moving up to third, Coban. It's going to bring up Doobie, the pitcher. Doobie took a called strike 3 his first time up. We're in the fourth inning, 4-2. Franklin Flyers leading Capital City. Ball is nailed to the right side. Foul. Good cut there by Doobie. So a leadoff triple by Wilcox, and he scores on the error. I thought it was a smart play to try to get him at home because you're down by one. You don't want to give up that run and get the out. You want to try to get the play, get the out. But the third baseman for Capital City, Landon Foster. Wow. A generous strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Foster threw offline, and the catcher couldn't make the play. Curveball is going to be nubbed to the right side. It stays fair. They try to get the runner at the plate, and he got him. Oh, what a throw. Max Tibbetts with a great throw right to the, basically to the foot of Doobie, and threw him out. Boy, I didn't think he had any chance to get him. Did we get that instant replay in? Oh, we did. Nice. I was talking over it. Was he out? Oh, okay. Well, no, the umpire's right on top of it. So, nice play to get the out to keep it a 2-run ball game. That could be a huge play. Don't forget that play as we move through the rest of this game. Two outs and a runner on. Ground ball to second. Charity hop for the second baseman. He gets him. So they just get one run here, and it could have been a lot worse, but a great play by Tibbetts at first keeps it a 2-run ball game at the end of 4-2 Franklin.
Ready to grow your business to an epic level? Place your business ad here on this live broadcast. Contact the staff at Epic View Studios for a custom marketing plan that will directly market your business to our local community. We have a variety of budget-friendly plans that will fit your needs. Email the staff at Epic View Studios today.
Grab life by the bars and see how far you can go. Introducing Polaris Sportsman with Ride Command. Smart tech that displays your location and keeps track of friends even without cell service, so you can explore more of the great outdoors. Polaris, think outside.
Chase Toys Inc. on the Thorndike Road in Unity. Your one-stop shop for Skidoo snowmobiles, Climb outerwear, Polaris ATVs, and Husqvarna lawn and garden equipment. Visit them online at chasetoysinc.com. Follow Chase Toys Inc. on Facebook and give Josh or Brian a call today at 948-5729.
Welcome back to Thomas College. Tyler Davis, Rick Dougal, and Gage Johnson here. 4-2 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Northeast Truck and Refrigeration is a family-owned and operated business founded in 2002. They have a wide range of services that include heavy truck and trailer repair, chassis repair, refrigeration, and mobile AC truck and trailer maintenance, plus trailer sales. Located at 1020 Albion Road in Unity. Call them at 948-5700. We're in the Huhtamaki Packaging Broadcast Center. Outdoor in the blazing sun. I can't wait to see what my neck looks like after this game. I'm gonna be. My wife is gonna say, "Why didn't you put some sunscreen on?" And I'm gonna say, I don't know, 'cause I'm dumb. Here's Gibson to lead it off. It's 9-1-2 for Capital City. Try to cut into this 4-2 lead as we're in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. Gibson was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 3rd inning, the 2-run inning for Capital City. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth for Franklin. Up the middle, easy play, 1 hopper for the pitcher and 1 out. It's going to bring up Landon Foster. He lined out to the second baseman in the first, and then he had a beautiful sacrifice bunt, putting the runners on at second and third back in the third inning. It set the table for those 2 runs to score. He's 0 for 1 on the day. There's a strike from Doobie. Doobie, doobie, doo. Knew that was coming at some point, so. Up the middle, Wilcox ranges, tried to make the play, but he made a great adjustment. Tried to make the play, but he just couldn't come up with it. That's a base hit for Foster. Well, you could see the old man in young Wilcox. Justin Wilcox was his dad. God rest his soul. He passed away a few years ago. He was a hell of an athlete and played shortstop for the Dead River Shockers, perennial Fall League champions. Won a couple of titles with us back in the mid-2000s. Quick throw over for Doobie, not in time. Pretty good lead over there for Foster. You got to think, being the leadoff man, he's got to have some wheels. Boston is 0 for 2 on the day. He popped up to the first baseman and struck out. Boy, that sun could stay in, wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. 1 out. Runner on at first. Inside, ball 1. We're in the top of the 5th, 4 to 2. The winner is the 3 seed in the state tournament. Runner goes, throw down by Wrigley. Is not in time. Stolen base for Foster. So 1 of 2 for Wrigley in the game. He threw out a runner earlier. Ball outside, 2 and 1. When Doobie's gotten in trouble, it's been by his own hand. He's walked a couple batters, walked 1 batter, scored, 1 hit batsman scored. This one almost hits the feet of Boston. The count goes to 3 and 1. Davis Kibler, the shortstop, waits on deck. 1 out, runner on at second. Landon Foster singled and stole second. Here it comes. Just inside, he walked him. Third walk of the game to go along with 2 strikeouts for Doobie. Kibler walked, was stranded at first in the first inning, and then he reached on an error back in the third. There's a strike. 1 out, first and second for Capital City. Trying to chip away at that 4 to 2 lead that Franklin has here in the 5th. Hit to first. First baseman bobbles it, and it's going to be another error on the first baseman. Second one of the game. That's going to load him up for Gage McGrain, the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Zach Coban having a tough day over there at first base. It was a charity hop right to his chest, and he just bobbled it. Let's see if Capital City can capitalize. See what I did there? Did you get that? Did you catch that, Gage? I don't know if you heard me, but I said, can Capital City capitalize? Just see what I put it all together. Gotta have some fun out here. If we're gonna bake in the sun, we might as well have some fun, right? 2-0, no place to put him here. Doobie's gonna have to throw some strikes. So Gage McGrain gonna look for something down his main street, see if he can drive something somewhere. That ball's fouled off. Good pitch there by Doobie. He really wasn't right down the middle. It was a little bit of a breaking ball that kind of broke to the outside a little bit. Bases loaded for Capital City. 1 out. Ooh, just missed with that breaking ball. Count goes to 3-1. This has got to be pretty if you're Gage McGrain. Ooh, look out. Rifled into the dugout. Going after his own teammates. Full count here now for McGrain. Doobie to the set. Here it comes. Fouled at the plate. McGrain stays alive. Bases juiced here. 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th. 4-2 lead for Franklin Flyers. Hit to short. Wilcox for 1. Throw to first and not in time, and the run scores, and the ball gets away, and the second run will score to tie this game up. Ooh, that's a big play right there. Well, you almost want to eat that if you're Wilcox. So that's going to be a force out at second, and then the error scores both runs. Oh, the run was going to score anyways from third. They were going to give up the run, try to get the double play. But Boston able to come all the way around and score. So really it's been, Doobie's been hurt by himself with, not being able to throw strikes, and then his defense has hurt him a little bit as well. That's going to be, let's see. This guy's out for 2. There's Boston with the lead run on at second base. That's fouled at the plate. Tie game at 4 here in the top of the 5th. Tibbetts has a single and lined out to the first baseman. So he's hit the ball hard twice. See if he can drive in the tying run here. Ball outside. 1-1 the count. 2 Tibbetts. Lead run on at second. 2 outs. Ball is hit foul and out of play. And the count goes to 1-2. This inning started with a single, then a walk, then an error, loaded it up. And ground ball to short. Wilcox tried to get the unassisted double play, threw it away. And he got the force out at second for the second out, but the error caused the second run to score. Boston, who was on at second base, to tie this game at 4. Here comes the 2-2. Hit to third. It's going to get by for a hit. They're going to wave the runner, and he's going to score standing up. The ball was hit down the line. A long run for the left fielder. But Tibbetts drives in the lead run to make it 5-4. 3-run 5th inning has given Capital City the lead. Here's Trent Hayward. He is 1 for 2, grounded into a double play and singled his last time up. Ground ball to second, long run for Durrell, and he can't come up with it. He was playing him way in the hole, almost near second base. So Durrell could not get there, so an infield single for Trent Hayward, his second hit of the game. And runners on at first and second for Will Grant. He reached on an error and was caught stealing in the second inning and then flew out to the center fielder his last time up. 5-4 Capital City. There's a ball. Here comes the 1-0 from Doobie. In the dirt, 2-0. Doobie has had some trouble with his control. Here comes the 2-1. Curveball drops in. Nice one. Make it 2-1 on Grant. Blake Grady, the catcher, waits on deck. Swing and a miss. A good fastball. Letter high. And it's 1-2, the count to Grant. Doobie to the belt. And Grant calls time. Here comes. Curveball just missed the inside corner. Count goes to 2-2. First and second, 2 outs here in the 5th. Ball is punched to the right side. First baseman Coban comes in and makes the play, but not before Capital City gets 3 runs, and they leave 2 runners on at the end of 4.5. 5-4 Capital City.
CrossFit 137 is where everyday people can do constantly varied functional movements at high intensity. The workout is set to the person's current fitness level, which includes no fitness experience at all. Our philosophy is progress, not perfection. Our community is all-inclusive, always supportive, and we have lots of fun. Stop by CrossFit 137 at 295 Kennedy Memorial Drive in Waterville, or call 680-6785. Today's game is sponsored by NEL Analytical, located at 227 China Road in Winslow, Maine's largest laboratory services provider. NEL Analytical offers complete laboratory services including water, environmental testing, and analysis in chemistry and microbiology, as well as custom and standard media manufacturing services. Call NEL Analytical today for all of your testing needs at 873-7711.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th. Tyler Davis, Gage Johnson, Rick Dougal here. 5-4. First time Franklin has trailed in the game. They're going to send, they got the leadoff hitter here in the 5th, Hayden Durrell. Durrell, Meter, and Caden Pillsbury here in the 5th. Durrell singled, had an RBI single back in the 2nd, struck out in the 1st, 1 for 2 on the day. There's a swing and a miss. A.J. Gibson with the curveball. Boy, that was a beauty. And just getting a piece of it is Durrell to make it 1-2. Booth Bay and Skowhegan will play next after this one. That will be for the 1 and 2 seeds. Curveball stays high, 1-2. In the upcoming Junior Legion State Championships on August 3rd. Swing and a miss, a ball way outside the zone. And he gets him. There's some discussion about whether the runner can advance. The ball was in the dirt, he swung and missed. Usually you have to throw the runner out if the ball gets in the dirt. Talking it over with the home plate ump. He's going to go out and chat with the base ump. Northeast Truck and Refrigeration. No, we did that one. Kennebec Valley Community College in Fairfield is offering more than 20 degree and certificate opportunities. There's something for everyone at KVCC. Take the first step towards your future by exploring their available programs and course offerings. Call 453-5822. Well, they should call Durrell out just for swinging at that ball that's 5 feet outside, but, you know, he is out. So, one down here in the fifth. Second strikeout of the game for Durrell. Fifth one for Gibson in the game. Here's Meter. He single-handedly scored a run in the first inning, manufactured one. There's a ball in the dirt. He singled, stole second, and on the throw down, the ball went into center field, went into third, and then scored on a wild pitch to score the first run of the game. It's the first time in the game that Franklin has trailed, as they scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second to go up 3-0. Then Capital City came back and scored 2 in the third to make it 3-2. Then Franklin scored a run to make it 4-2 in the fourth, and then 3 in the top of the fifth for Capital City to take the lead here, 5-4. Way inside, 2-0. Caden Pillsbury waits on deck. Gibson comes to the set. Kicks and deals the 2-0. Ball's rifled to center field. Center fielder took a couple steps in first. Goes back and makes the catch. Matt Boston out in center field. So quickly 2 outs here. And that's going to bring up Pillsbury, the right fielder. He struck out in the first and walked in the third. Was out on a fielder's choice. Ball's in the dirt, 0-1. Gibson comes to the set. Ball is hit to the right side. There's all kinds of room over there, but can the fielders get to it? And they can't. I mean, there is all kinds of room over in that foul territory, both sides. But Pillsbury going to stay alive, hit it into no man's land. 0-2 the count. Waiting on deck, Brody Walsh, the third baseman. Here it comes. Down low, 1-2. Ball is rifled to center field. Boston took a couple steps in and goes back and makes a leaping catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the sixth. 5-4. Capital City.
Central Maine is buzzing with excitement as the Messalonski Area Youth Softball Association gears up to host its 18th annual softball tournament from June 21st to June 23rd. This highly anticipated event promises not only thrilling softball matches across various age groups, but also a feast of delicious food from multiple food truck vendors and a fun-filled cornhole tournament for all attendees. For nearly 2 decades, Mesa has been a beacon of softball excellence, nurturing young talent and fostering a love for the sport among the community. One of the highlights of this year's tournament is the array of food truck vendors ready to tantalize your taste buds and satisfy cravings. From savory delights to sweet treats, attendees can indulge in a gastronomic adventure. If you are looking to partner with Mesa for volunteer or fundraising for your group through the tournament, contact Mesa President Jeremiah Johnson, 207-956-0327.
Hey, welcome back to Thomas College. New pitcher in here for Franklin is the right fielder, Caden Pillsbury, coming in to pitch here in the 6th inning. Franklin trailing by 1 run, and we're joined by the head coach of Thomas Baseball, Ray Bernia. Ray, nice to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to see you guys here out to the field and some more support for Legion Baseball.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about this. Is this something that you came up with, the idea to kind of have this league? Because this is a different. It's not really a tournament, I guess. It's like a tournament to determine the seedings in the state tournament. Was this something that you and the mad scientist over there, Rusty Mercier, came up with, or?
Oh, this is all Rusty's baby.
Oh, it's all Rusty's baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's put a lot of time into Legion Baseball over the years, so whenever he comes up with an idea that can help kind of promote it for the student athletes, I'm all for it. And he came to me and said, hey, we're going to do this reseeding tournament for this year, and what do you think about Thomas hosting it? And I try to support Legion Baseball as much as possible, so I was all for it. And extra round of competition. They don't play as many games in Legion as they used to, so any extra games they can get and get them on our campus, that's great for us.
So we got Grady, Gibson, and Foster to face Caden Pillsbury here. First pitch by Pillsbury is inside, ball 1. So how many years have you been the Thomas coach? Right.
So I just took over last June, so this past year was my first full season. I worked under Greg King for 4 years as the pitching coach prior to that, and I've been around Thomas, for about 5 years now, but 1 full season as head coach.
So, Greg King was the coach for how many years?
20? 27 seasons.
Was it really?
Yeah, he did a tremendous job here. He had this program, kind of started back. It was started earlier, and he restarted it back in the 90s, and everything from the field you're looking at now to everything. He started back from scratch, just going kind of games like this, Legion games, high school games, trying to get people to come out and play baseball, and built a really strong foundation, set me up in a good spot to, hopefully take it to that next level here. But it wouldn't have been possible without Coach King's work.
Yeah, this is really smart on your behalf to be involved with the Legion, because a lot of these kids are going to be trying to figure out where they want to go. Ground ball up the middle, and Wilcox makes the play.
Good play.
Did you know his dad, Justin Wilcox, passed away a few years ago. He was a great player at Mount Blue. He played with us in the fall league for years, and you can see that his boy has got the same athletic ability.
Yeah, so Bryce first came on to, first time I saw him play was Coach Dipner, was one of my assistants there, Mount Blue coach, and we had a showcase last fall, and he said, I got a guy from Mount Abram. He's a pretty solid player, and saw Bryce that first time, but you can see he moves quick, and I can tell he's a soccer player. I'm pretty sure he plays soccer, so got quick feet.
It's going to bring up A.J. Gibson. He is 0 for 2 on the day, hit by a pitch, scored a run back in the 3rd inning. So you're a Meslonsky grad, right?
Yeah, so it was kind of cool, my situation. I was able to go to Meslonsky, played there, graduated in 2008. While I was there, my dad was a coach So I've kind of been in the dugout, seeing the coaching scene. Sometimes to a fault when you get home and you're not talking son, dad, you're talking strategy and coaching. But I think it's made me a better coach. I got a chance to play for him, which is an experience I'll always appreciate. And then
Won a
came
state
here.
title, right? Too.
No, we were an average team while I was there.
Oh, okay.
The year after I left, which was 2009, that was mostly the group of the players that I had played with, like
Okay.
summer ball. So I was young for my class. That team went on and they lost in the Eastern Final to Coney. Actually, had a very good team that year. And so I left there, came here and played for Coach King. After my sophomore year of playing here, I decided I really wanted to accelerate my coaching path. So my sophomore year was actually playing here and practicing. I'd leave and go help my dad coach the high school team.
Okay.
Started working as the pitching coach there, and then we won a state championship while I was
Okay.
coaching there.
I knew there was one in there somewhere.
Yeah, we had a good run. We had some good players. Both the Dexter brothers were there while I was coaching, and it's just fun to coach players at that level because they really want it and they're very talented. So our job as coaches was just to basically not mess it up at that point in time.
Right.
Had Nick Mayo. I don't know if you remember that name.
I do. Yeah.
He's probably the best baseball player that I ever watched. That baseball was his second. He loved basketball, but I really think he could have had a tremendous baseball career if he wanted to.
Yeah, actually, when I was working for the radio station, we broadcast I think it was the 12 and under regional championships for Cal Ripken.
Yep.
They had him at Mini Fenway, and he was on that team. His dad was one of the coaches.
Yeah, you could tell early on when he was, in the Cal Ripken League, just, tall. His family's tall. He was very athletic, and I kept thinking as soon as he grows into his body and decides what type of passion he wants to put towards whatever sport it was, I knew he'd be a great player. And to be in basketball won for him. And he loved baseball. He just was very talented at both. And I think he made the right choice. Had a great career over at EKU. So I'm happy for him and what he's accomplished.
Beautiful double play there, tailor-made, and Pillsbury's going to get out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, nobody left at the end of 5.5. 5-4, Capital City. We'll be back with more with Ray Bernier right after this. Is there anything that you want to promote or talk about other than Thomas baseball?
Yeah, no, I think...
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company has been, and will always be your building project partner.
For more than 50 years, Kennebec Valley Community College has trained the people of Maine to enter high-demand, well-paying jobs. KVCC's cutting-edge technology and state-of-the-art facilities ensure that our graduates are some of the most sought after in Maine. With our already low tuition and the free community college program for recent graduates, KVCC students join the workforce with little to no student loan debt. For more information, please visit us online at kvcc.me.edu or call 453-5822.
Welcome back to Thomas College, here with head coach Ray Bernier. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and we got Brody Walsh, Bryce Wilcox, and Zach Coban to face Gibson, trailing 5-4 here. Franklin got to get something going. Here's the first pitch, ball outside. So, Coach, talk to me a little bit about this Elite 8 tournament that you're looking to try to put together next year.
Yeah, so the Maine State Elite 8 is what we kind of termed the name for it. It started kind of back when I was coaching high school baseball. The consecutive years we had won the state championship, and then we had lost the following year. And in both years, I remember talking with my dad and looking around, just wondering, were we, the best team, or could we have been the best team in a format where we could showcase that? Ryan Palmer was a coach at Deergo at that time, and he had a really good team. And I remember thinking, hey, I think that team could have beaten a bunch of the teams that were higher classes. So it always had me thinking about it. And then when I took over here talking with Coach Mercier and Coach Dipner about how we could promote that, and that's something we thought we could accomplish here. We were going to try to accelerate that this year and host it, but it really wasn't the right time, and I didn't want to do it if we couldn't do it exactly the right way. And one of the biggest barriers was, one, try to get some support from the MPA with that tournament.
I don't know why they wouldn't want to do that. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's some logistical stuff that I think is going to be the biggest challenge. I mean, when they set it back, I believe in like February, they'll set the playing dates for each year. So in order for them to support it, they'd have to basically extend their season by a week. And that's what I'm hoping to talk with them about this off season. I think there's a lot of advantages to it, especially here in Maine. I travel a lot for different recruiting events and see how some of the high schools do it. And some of the states, they have that same tournament as part of their high school season. So you get a chance to see if you're from a smaller county in Florida, were you the best high school baseball team in Florida, or were you not? If all that requires is an extension of the season and a little bit more work as far as travel goes, making sure there's buses coordinated to get here. I think it's worth it because there's a lot of players in Maine who don't get a chance to get showcased.
And Wilcox going to come up with his third hit of the game, and then the shortstop throws it away, and diving into second on the error by the shortstop. Wilcox had himself a day, 3 for 3, double, a single, double, and a triple. He's one away from the cycle, Coach.
Need the extra innings.
I was going to ask you, what's the? I know 400. I could see dead center. What's the rest of the field?
Yes, we're 330 down the lines, 400 in center, and about 365 to the power alleys. But it's a hitter's park. It's not really much wind today, but we get the big, Kennebec River out behind center field.
Yeah.
So, the springtime, our guys, they see that flagpole in right field whipping, their eyes are lighting up, and sometimes it's in our favor, and a couple times it comes back to haunt you, where somebody sneaks one out when they don't typically do it, and you just hope you're on the right side of that.
That ball's ripped into left field for a base hit. Wilcox is going to turn third, but it's going to hold. So runners at first and third for Franklin, trying to get that lead run. And second hit of the game, Coban's had a great game at the plate. Struggled in the field, but he's had a good game in the plate. He looks like he's getting himself in a rundown, try to get that tying run in. And they're going to take off. Wilcox is going to score. They throw down, and they're not going to get him. So Coban does a great job of getting himself in a rundown, and Wilcox is going to score the tying run to make it 5-5. I'm not even going to try to figure out what the scoring is.
Oh, come on, score it.
He went into second. That's what happened. So, Coach, tell me about your first season. How did you guys? What was your record, and how did you guys do for the year?
Yeah, so we finished the year 16-17. One of the lower number of games that we've had in the past. We try to be around 40 games. Just we got that big snowstorm late this year in March that caused some impact on getting games all scheduled. But everyone was kind of facing that. But overall, I think it was great. You come in as a head coach. I got hired last year in July, so you're kind of coming in. I have 0 staff at that time. I have to put together a staff. You kind of miss a whole recruiting cycle when you're focused on just kind of building that. And even though I was with Coach King on staff, there's a lot of different things that I wanted to implement and try. So, you have to face some of that your first year, seeing how guys can respond to change and new leadership. And that was my number one focus. It really wasn't wins and losses. Obviously, the guys don't want to necessarily hear that, but I was trying to get our culture established a little bit. And I think guys bought in. We did a really nice job. We bring back basically the entire team this year.
Awesome.
We lost two key players that were good for our program, and it'll be sad to see them go. But really strong returning class, and I really like our freshman group. So I think we're well positioned to come and at least compete and see what we can do.
Swing and a miss piece with the lead run on at second. So I got to ask you, your first hire is like, you're a Messalonsky guy. Your first hire is a Lawrence guy. I mean, you had to be taking a hard time from some of your buddies. Rusty gives me the thumbs up.
I needed some convincing, I think. But when I had one gap year while I was coaching at Messalonsky, I had actually applied to be the head coach shortly after, and I personally thought I was gonna get it. I had been there. We had accomplished quite a bit, but the department at that time didn't think I was going to be the right fit, which I respected their decision. But that gave me something that really helped my career, and that was a chance to go coach with Coach Mercier at Lawrence. So I got a year trading in my Meslonsky blue for Lawrence blue for a year, but just kind of seeing how he did it and his rapport with his players, and just gave me a different perspective. And so I've taken some things that I learned from him and all the coaches I've played for, and kind of brought that here. So when I got the chance to hire my staff, he was one of the first guys on my list. Just there's not much you're going to see on a baseball field that he hasn't seen. So he's kind of my ear that I'll talk to. All my coaches bring different points of their value, but for him it's, hey, there's this situation. How do you think we should handle it? If I'm trying to handle it a certain way, how do you feel about that?
Yep.
And he's not a yes man. He'll tell me, hey, you're crazy, or I agree with you. So it was good to kind of start there, build with some experience, and then go piece together the rest of my staff after that.
Yeah, I mean he's 1-0 as a head coach for the Lawrence girls team too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we joked
about that.
Oh yeah, we joked about that. He's actually 1-0 as a Thomas head coach.
Oh, is he?
This fall.
He's unbeaten.
Yeah. This fall I end up coming down, getting pretty sick during the fall, something unexpected. The night before we had our fall game and against Central Maine Community College, and he had to fill in. So mind you, this is his first time doing college baseball. It was our first game with our new team, knew everything.
Yeah,
and I
they're
said,
like,
here
who's
you go,
this guy?
it's your show. I think we won like 16-2 or something like that.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know if he scored more runs than that. I think only once the rest of the year. So it must have been his coaching in that game. But it was great. So he's undefeated. He's a Thomas undefeated coach.
So Doobie is going to beat out a slow roller to put runners at first and third, as the game here is tied still in the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Ben Wrigley. Wrigley is 0 for 2 in the ball game with a chance to put the lead run to the plate here. We're tied at 5. And the winner of this game becomes the 3 seed in the upcoming Junior Legion tournament on August 3rd, and the loser will be the 4 seed. However, these are the top 2 teams from the season, which is I thought was really interesting. That you never know in baseball, especially, right? You start the season, you may be missing a couple kids, especially Legion, and then you kind of bring it all. You get all your kids together, and next thing you know, you guys are, your team is playing at a lot higher level. They're going to look like trying to
run
get
the play
run
again.
down here, get that rundown play going, and see if the runner can score from third. And they run him back to first. Good play there by the second baseman, Capital City. It's Will Grant. That's a tough. Actually, it was the shortstop that made the play. That's a tough play because you got to watch the guy at third. You don't want him to score, but you got to get that guy back to first.
Well, you got two UMF players out there coaching, and they run that play a lot for their college program. So they've learned from Coach Bessie.
And Doobie's going to take second on defensive indifference. So runners at second and third now. So what did you guys ended up 16 and 17? Did you go to the playoffs? How deep did you go in the playoffs?
So the setup this past year for our conference was we have an East and a West division. You have to be in the top 2 of your East or your West to get in. And so we were very weird scenario where we finished 3rd in our East division. We didn't take care of business in some of the games that we should have to secure ourselves a playoff spot. But on the other hand, and there's no disrespect to the 2 West teams, I think we were one of the 4 best teams.
Okay.
But we didn't get in because we were on a stronger East side.
Yep.
Offensively ranked, we were one of the top teams offensively all the way through, and we were a top 3 pitching team. We just a couple games didn't go our way. We didn't execute. So that's my fault. I have to have our guys ready to play and win those games. But it was a learning experience. Again, like I said, we were taking a step back almost to kind of establish what we wanted to do, culture-wise and team-wise. And I think that's going to go a long way this year when I think we'll be in very good shape to compete for the conference championship and try to get into a regional.
So I always wondered, when you're recruiting at this level, because you're probably not going to get. There's a ground ball up the middle, and tough play for the shortstop. Tries to come up with it, he can't, and the lead run comes in. Coban scores to make it 6-5. It's always tough to, you're not getting the elite Division I guys, right? So do you start out at a certain level of high school player, or kind of where do you? I almost wonder where do you start?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to try to recruit the best players. I don't really try to classify as you're a Division 1, 2, or 3 player because it's got to be the right fit. And you see, there's a lot of stories of guys who try to play at a Division 1 level, and they might have some of the tools to do it, but it's not the right time or the right school, or they just, totally forget about academics, and it's not the right fit. So, I think we've got some good players that we've got that I think we're capable of maybe playing Division 1 at some point in their career that are here. So I start with the best players, and the worst that can happen is they say no, and you go on to the next player. But we've got guys who I feel like I said are really capable starting there. But it's getting more challenging. This is where I almost try to educate some of the high school athletes on this. It's harder to play Division 1 baseball today with the transfer portal. There's a lot of schools that are using that, and there's a lot more movement within players, and some of the scholarship rules are changing at that level. So you see a lot of good players now sneaking down into the Division 3 level. Tough play.
I don't know if that was a foul ball or a fair ball. Home plate ump's like, I don't know either. I guess it's foul.
Tell.
It dropped in between the first baseman. That's a tough play for the first baseman going back. The second baseman was playing over towards the hole, so he didn't have a chance to get over there. But new life for Durrell as a runner on at third. They've taken the lead here with 2 runs to make it 6-5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Curveball off the hands. Jaden Meter waits on deck. So you got everybody coming back next year. And is the pitching better? Because you said your hitting was great, but obviously...
Yeah, our hitting was very good. The few times I think we struggled at the plate as if we didn't get that timely hit, but that's baseball. Pitching-wise, though, we've got a couple first-year guys coming in from out of state that played at pretty large schools in Georgia and Virginia that have competed at some really high levels for the last 4 years of high school baseball. So I think they're going to come in and they're not nervous about the moment, not nervous about being a first year. I think we'll come in and kind of surprise some people. I'll give my staff a lot of credit. I think as a group we recruit really hard, and we recruit at a lot of different places, and we try to be as many places as possible. So it's going to allow us to bring in better players more consistently and kind of have that environment where you have to compete if you want to stay on the field. And I think that's going to be important for our guys, and they've responded to it so far. I've seen guys this offseason working way harder than I've ever seen them because they want to get to where we're going, and they know there's good players coming in behind to push them. So that's always nice to see.
Awesome. Well, it's great having you here. We're going to the top of the 7th. Capital City trailing by 1. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have Pillsbury out for the...
North Country Car Wash and Laundromat is conveniently located at 10 Skowhegan Road in Fairfield. Our touchless automatic car wash is now available. We use the latest technology to provide a thorough and efficient cleaning of your vehicle. Discount packages now available. Come visit us today and give your car the love it deserves. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brad Smith was actually shortstop here at Thomas a few years ago. Young guy, I think he's going to be a great coach if he chooses to pursue that. But that team was the 1 seed. I believe Bangor was the 2. I don't remember who might have finished 3rd. I think it was Hamden. And then the team that should have been 4th decided to withdraw, so the replacement team came in, Old Town.
Okay. So trailing by 1 here, Capital City will send up 2, 3, 4, Matt Boston, Davis Kibler, and Gage McGrain to face Caden Pillsbury, who came in last inning and shut the door on Capital City. There's a ball up high.
I think this Flyers team has the most college players I've seen on any of the Legion teams.
So what is the age for the Junior Legion?
Junior Legion, I think they've changed it. I think it's like 17U now, basically.
Oh,
so you can
okay.
have like a junior in high school that's still playing that.
But you said there's college players on this team?
Yeah, so Senior Legion here is 18.
So
18
this is senior?
It's a senior.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because this is what I got from my boy here.
Oh, looks like he didn't update his picture up there. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a walk.
Yep. This
Yeah,
was
maybe
senior.
you should drop him down a notch on the
Yeah,
coaching
he's
tree.
gonna have to go down. He's slacking.
So I've been saying the whole game, junior. Thanks, Rusty. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Leadoff walk for Boston, so the tying run is on for Capital City, and looks like they're gonna make another pitching change here.
You've got, like I said, a handful of college guys on this Farmington Flyers roster, but some of them are also playing in college leagues. So I see them, pitching in the college league, but they come here and they're playing a position for the Senior Legion. I think I counted four college guys on that Flyers team.
So I'm trying to see the number here, the pitcher. Is that Coban, the first baseman? 21. Yep, Coban. So Zach Coban's going to come in and try to close things out here for the Franklin Flyers. So you said they have the most college kids?
Just kind of
That you can see
figuratively
so far,
speaking.
yeah.
For the South, I haven't seen enough of the North games to
Mhm.
know, but I don't know if there's any on that. I think there's one on this Capital team that I think I recognize, and then like I said there's some I think four here for the Flyers.
Now, are you when you're recruiting, do you start in Maine or do you go out of state, start there and then kind of work your way back, or do you just do it all at once?
We kind of tried to establish our philosophy last year as a staff and said, we want to keep some of the good players here in Maine. I think even some of this is my own fault as a pitching coach and recruiting coordinator for Coach King. We went away from that a little bit, and we're really focused out of state. But there's a lot of talented players in state, and we want to get them here and see what we have and see what the expansions and things that we're doing at this school. So I do try to start in Maine. I kind of diversify our coaches where within the whole country that we're going to go. So Coach Mercier, knowing how a lot of the Maine guys, has a good connection with a lot of coaches and kind of builds that pipeline for us.
Okay.
Coach Dipner's originally from Pennsylvania, so he's got some Pennsylvania and New York connection.
okay.
So he's actually down there right now this whole week doing recruiting there, and then I basically do international and all the rest of the U.S. So
Yep.
I know we're not trying to constrict ourselves to one region. I want good competitive baseball players, and if they're from Maine, great. If they're from Georgia or Hawaii or wherever else we get our guys from, that's great too.
Now, do you try to get out to like a tournament where you can see multiple players?
Yeah, this time of the
Okay.
year, my wife probably, if she's listening, she knows this well. I'm not home a whole lot,
Yeah.
so I was in Georgia for a while, and I came back, turned around, went to Massachusetts, and so we're traveling a ton.
Tibbet skies one, and Durrell fades back and is going to make the catch to get the first out of the inning. Getting that first out's always a big one. Especially Tibbetts, who was 2 for 3 with an RBI in the game. That's going to bring up Trent Hayward. He is 2 for 3, 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats. Tying run on at first here in the top of the 7th for Capital City. Coban coming in, try to shut the door. There's another pop-up. Third baseman in, makes the catch. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. And Coban doing his job to try to close this one out for Franklin. That's going to bring up Will Grant. Second baseman, he is 0 for 3 on the day. Coban comes to the set. Fouled off. This is actually Tibbetts. That's the hitter. I got ahead of myself there. Boston was the walk. Swing and a miss. Pumping up the volume there. So Tibbetts is 2 for 3 with an RBI. he's down 0-2 right now with the tying run on at third, 2 outs here in the 7th. Winning team goes in number 3 in the senior Legion tournament. Ball just outside. Ooh, tough one to take there. Not the junior, the senior.
Blame it all on Rusty.
I did. I'm gonna. He's over there like, what? What'd I do? Ball outside, 2-2. Yeah, that must have been tough for Rusty to leave. That Lawrence team had a really good year this year. They really got upset in the playoffs. They should have been in the state title game, really, or at least in the regional title game, but they, couldn't muster it. Mustered like 3 hits in that game against Oceanside. They got beat, but that's typically as a coach, you don't want to be walking away from teams with that kind of talent coming back.
Yeah, it's it tells you a lot about him as a person. There's a lot of coaches who could leave their programs at tough times, but he left them in a good spot.
They get Tibbetts to fly out to end the inning and end the ball game, so Franklin going to move on to the state tournament as the number 3 seed, and Capital City will still go to the state tournament, but they will go in the number 4 seed, a very dangerous number 4 seed.
Have a tough matchup with Trenton coming up.
In the north. But Coach, I want to thank you for coming on. We're going to step away here. We'll come back with our post-game show. I got to go get some lineups from these teams as we get ready to do the next game. I got my boy Josh Hunt coming in to do a little color next game.
Awesome.
Guess what? I don't have to keep the book next game.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I appreciate you having me on. Appreciate you guys being here. This is great. I think getting these guys as much visualization out there and is really good.
Well, I'm going to ask you right now, if you're able to get this elite thing.
Yes.
You give us the exclusive rights to broadcast.
That's going to be Coach Mercier's baby. He's going to
All
run
right,
that stuff
beautiful.
for me, but I'm sure he's got his preference, and I think you guys are doing a great job, so I think that'll be awesome.
All right. 6-5 win for Franklin. We'll be back after this.
Recover 180 has organic hydration for today's athlete. Recover 180 sports drink improves performance and recovery before, during, and after training. Low-calorie, rapid rehydration, and it's certified USDA organic. That's what sets Recover 180 apart from the crowded sports drink category. Learn more at drinkrecover.com. Recover 180, proudly distributed by Valley Beverage.
Welcome back to Thomas College. First game in the books for the reseeding tournament. That's what I'm going to call it from now on, the reseeding tournament. That's what Coach Bernier called it. So for the senior league, not the junior league, but the senior league state Legion tournament that's going to be going on August 3rd. And Franklin comes back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to pull out a 6-5 win over Capital City. Our post-game show is brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company with 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire and online at hammondlumber.com. This game was a back-and-forth game. It started out looked like the Flyers were going to run away with this one. They got 1 in the first, 2 in the second to go up 3-0. Then Capital City came back to get 2 runs in the third to make it 3-2. They came back with a 3-run 5th inning to take the lead, and then a 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th, and looked like Capital City was going to cruise into the victory, but Franklin was able to get 2 runs across. They had 3 hits in that inning, and driving in the winning run, actually scoring the winning run on a rundown was Coban on a play at the plate. Our player of the game, which is brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company with 22 locations across Maine, New Hampshire, and online at hammondlumber.com. We're going to give that to Bryce Wilcox. Wilcox was 3 for 3, single, double, triple, and scored 3 runs in the ball game. And then our play of the game is brought to you by Chase Toys, our precision play of the game, where Chase Toys has only precision brands like Polaris ATVs, Skidoo snowmobiles, Lynx snowmobiles, Climb Apparel plus Toro and Husqvarna lawn and garden equipment. See what's available on the Thorndike Road unit. You're online at chasetoysinc.com. We're going to give that to the center fielder of Capital City, and we were embroiled. How do you like that for a word, by the way, Gage? Embroiled. There you go. You like that? Yeah, I'm throwing out the big. I hope my brother's listening. My brother loves the big word. So we were embroiled in a conversation with head coach Ray Bernier, and Matt Boston came flying in from center field, made a diving catch to end an inning, and the top of the sixth, I should say, for Franklin. So our play of the game is Matt Boston from Capital City. So again, your final score here from Thomas College, 6-5 Franklin. And we're going to take a break, come back, and we'll have our second game. And this next one, Skowhegan and Booth Bay, both teams. This is for the 1 seed and the 2 seed in the upcoming Senior Legion State Tournament. For Rick Dougal, Gage Johnson, and where's his name? I got it right here. Tyler Davis. We'll be back after this.
This message is for you. Scan the QR code now for your chance to win $1,000 in free advertising from Epic View Studios, the leader in local live streaming. Just scan the code with your camera app on your smartphone and fill in the information. Good luck and thanks for watching from Epic View Studios. Central Maine is buzzing with excitement as the Messalonskee Area Youth Softball Association gears up to host its 18th annual softball tournament from June 21st to June 23rd. This year's tournament marks another milestone in this legacy, bringing together teams from across the region, from as far away as New Brunswick, Canada, all the way to New York, to compete in a spirit of camaraderie and sportsmanship. With various venues across Fairfield, Waterville, Winslow, Sydney, and Oakland set to witness the clash of young softball talents. This event promises a thrilling display of skill, determination, and sportsmanship. One of the highlights of this year's tournament is the array of food truck vendors ready to tantalize your taste buds and satisfy cravings. From savory delights to sweet treats, attendees can indulge in a gastronomic adventure. Participating vendors include 207 Foodies, Riley's Wish, M&M's Ice Cream, I'd Wrap That, Pork's Barbecue Pit LLC, Nate and Ollie's Ice Cream, and many more, ensuring there's something for every palate. For more information, contact Mesa President Jeremiah Johnson at 207-956-0327.
Any commercial use, rebroadcast, retransmission, or distribution of the following presentation without the express written consent of Epic View Studios is strictly prohibited.
Looking for a new job or seasonal work? Hutamaki in Waterville is now hiring, starting at $21.87 per hour. Join Hutamaki, a company that prides itself in food safety and convenience. Start your career with our newly enhanced benefits package. Hutamaki is a company that cares about its people and sustainability. Hutamaki Incorporated are the makers of Chinet. Bring your family to ours and join the Hutamaki team. For more information, visit hutamaki.com or scan the QR code below. Dow's Quick Stop, 74 Western Avenue in Fairfield. Your one-stop shop for gas, food, beverages, and lottery tickets. Scan the QR code now for your chance to win a $20 gift card at Dow's.
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers, with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company is, has been, and will always be your building project partner.
Naturopathic